right, welcome here, guys, to the Full Speed Podcast Show. We are in for a special treat today. We got the guest, Mr. DJ EFX, also known as EFX the Artist. And guess what? We got some good stories to talk about, some basketball. Bringing on the heat here, because you know he is in the rotation of the Miami Heat. DJ action at the arena. And guess what? We decided to bring him out on the court here today. We're gonna shoot some hoops, and we're gonna play, instead of horse, we're gonna play EFX. Tune in to see how we do. Welcome here to Full Speed. I'm your host, Eric Dalius. You're in for an absolute big treat here today on the podcast show because we have a special guest, Mr. DJ EFX in the house. What's up, DJ?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, I'll tell you what, we got some great energy going on here in Miami. Yeah. And I know you're bringing the heat, like literally bringing the heat.
Like Miami.
At the Miami Heat. Tell us what's going on with that, man.
Oh, man, so I started midway last season with the Miami Heat. My man, Ronnie, Team Irie hit me up. He was like, man, we need someone to fill in. Came in, did what I did, and now I'm part of the team roster, you know, where we DJ courtside. It's the VIP lounge where all the who's be at, all the ticket members be at, you know.
So if I got those floor seats,
you know what I mean?
I get access to that club area right there.
Yeah, right there.
And that's what I'm gonna see my boy right there, DJ EFX, you know
I mean?
right there.
So,
I love that.
So it's about me and a few other DJs. I'm just one of the main guys in rotation over there. You know, it's been amazing.
They've got the starting lineup is 5, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're in the starting lineup. Right?
You know
rotation.
I mean?
Let's go. It's like the pitching, right?
That's
on
it.
the mound. Let's go.
It.
I love it. And you know, I know you got a lot of great things that you've been doing, but I know we linked up here a while back, about a year ago.
About a year ago.
For the Music Swipe event at the Nobu Penthouse. My boy was DJing for us right there.
You know what I mean?
Stirring it up. I'm like, well, man, this guy's good. You know got some good stuff here. And so it was 2022 was a good year for you, right? 2022
was a really good year. Yeah, great finish. It was the year putting all the players and pieces together, and now all the players are now already synced. We're ready to go. So now we're all on the same page, and we're ready to, you know, take off.
Right. And you know, it's important to understand that you got to put that team together. Like, E and I were talking about this here before we got started today, and you know, it's about putting that teamwork together. Because you can't be an island by yourself out there.
Yeah.
You got to connect the islands, right? And have that teamwork. And tell us a little bit about, you know, how that team started coming together for you.
It started pretty much players believing in my dream and believing in what I had going on and seeing like, man, this kid, you know, is really, I want to be part of that journey. So little by little players started coming, and you know, and players came, players went. You know, but now we have a good, solid team right now. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
You got some big plans here for 23, right?
Oh man, 2023.
So what's the number one thing that stands out for you coming up?
Right now, the number one thing is EFX the Artist, focusing on music. Artist. EFX the Artist. We're here. We coming after all you guys.
So we're kind of transitioning from the DJ EFX. You still got that
still DJ
in the
EFX.
rotation.
So now you're gonna start seeing EFX in some of these festivals, maybe Ultra.
Okay.
You know, maybe over here and stuff like that. You know, just doing more of the artist stuff. You know, maybe some red carpet events, maybe some special showcasing, but really promoting the EFX music for sure as the artist.
Okay, and so what's the forecast about dropping some of that music?
So right now we teamed up with 11 Music. They have an artist that goes by 11 Ape. So we've been in the studio producing music together, and we finally have a record that's coming out soon called Magic Moment, featuring Ali Brooke from Fifth Harmony and Flow Rider and myself.
I was you gave me the invite the other night. I saw this in action, man. The studio's beautiful, and I love what you're doing with that.
Thank you.
And you know, shout out to our boy Fence.
Audio Visions. Mark my words, about to be the #1 studio in Miami.
Yeah, I love what he's doing. You know, he's really bringing it all together and bringing a lot of upgrades to that.
But it's not just the studio, because you can record anywhere. It's just it's the vibe that's there. The people that are coming, this and that, and just the activations that we're doing there is just really cool.
And that energy was definitely happening.
That energy was official in the building for sure.
And so you have that energy around you. It's important, right? Because
it's the most important thing.
if the energy's off, then it's like you don't have that full potential that you can bring to the table. Not just you, but it's the other people around you.
Of course. Like I remember being in the studio with the guys. They'll tell you a big producer, platinum, this, that, and the energy was just completely off. I'm like, yo, wrap this up because you can't. It's hard. It's all music is a vibe. To me, it's all a vibe. You know what I'm saying? When you create a vibe, everything's a vibe.
And you have that vibe action going, and so that energy and vibe going together, and then something special happens. Like,
exactly.
We call it that. The X factor right there for
the X factor.
EFX, right?
Yeah.
Got the X factor right there, and it goes like to another level that sometimes you weren't expecting.
It's never. It's hard to expect something because it could go either left or right. There's no right way. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
It's like
hard.
In business when you're formulating your ideas. This is for like all the entrepreneurs that are listening here. You have this concept, this idea, right?
Yeah.
And like you did, but then it's important to put that team together, right?
Yeah, of course.
And then, but you got to pay attention to the vibe and the energy of that team. Are they in tune to what you're saying?
Yeah.
Are they bringing the value that you expect and sometimes you don't expect, right?
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh man, I forgot about that one.
Of course.
Bringing it back full circle, right?
Of course.
And so these are the type of team members that you want to embrace.
Yeah.
And bring that energy together, and then you're starting to create magic, right?
Yeah.
And what's the name of the thing?
Magic moments.
Magic moments, right? So you create those magic moments, right? And so I think it's super important that as an entrepreneur, that you understand, and you already have that, right? You understand that foundation to put together. You understand that you got to put that team together. You got to understand you have to pay attention to the energy, and it's a day-to-day too.
Yeah, of course. And you also have to know how to lead the team. If you don't know how to lead, you're just going to be going around in circles and this and just wasting time.
Tell us a little more about that.
So just leading, the most important thing is you got to know where you're going. You got to know your goals. You got to plan from A to B. Because if not, then you're just going to be wasting time and going with the flow. Stick to the plan, tunnel vision, and I promise you'll get results.
It's interesting because you say go to A to B, and that's so important because here's what a lot of mistakes that business people make is that they plan from A to what? Z.
To Z.
Right? By the time you get to B, everything's changed up.
You get
right?
Every day, things change every day.
Especially now more than ever.
More than it's so digital, it changes everything.
Yeah.
Music, fashion is changing. So you gotta be ready to pivot. You gotta know how to, but still know your goal and where you're trying to go.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
For sure.
And I know, speaking of goal, you had a big goal, and you were talking about that it's coming on the table for March.
Yeah.
Why don't you share what's going on?
So on the bucket list was to go to Japan, and now we're actually going to Japan March 8th to the 22nd. We'll be in Tokyo.
2 weeks?
2 weeks, and it's unbelievable because they're going for me to DJ, and it's you know what I'm saying? It's not vacation. No, I'm going to DJ.
You're working, man.
I'm working,
You're working.
So it's just incredible just to think about it. Like, man, I'm going to the other side of the world. EFX, kid from Miami. That's just doing what I do.
I love that. I love that. Now, speaking of kid, though, you actually were born in LA.
I was born in LA.
Born in LA, but raised in
the 305.
In the 305. Okay, I was just making sure that we got the LA shout out there for a second because we got a lot of people from LA.
County.
But we got the Miami heat for sure, definitely.
The home is LA, but the heart is Miami for sure.
And so it's important that that you set these goals.
Very important.
And a lot of times what people will do in business is that I want to do this and I want to do that, but what's super important to do is actually write it down.
Oh, I write everything down.
Yeah.
I write all my goals down. I write everything down. It's important to write it down because it kind of starts putting it in existence. You know what I'm saying? It starts to okay, you write it down, then the next thing is this, and okay, and you go back. Every year I would write down my goals, and then I would go back to it and look at my goals and like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? And I actually did it the other day, and I was like,
blew by
all my goals. I'm like, man, I gotta raise the bar a little higher.
Right. It's so important to write it down. And now I'm gonna give you a little bit of inside track to help accelerate that goal setting environment and goal achievement environment. And one of my mentors taught me this, and he says, write down your goal in the morning, write it down again at night. And do it every day.
Eventually it's gonna happen.
Every day. And so what you do is, you know, you'll start off maybe with 5 or 10 goals. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll start to craft it down and say, okay, these are the 5 goals. Yeah. These are the top 3 I'm going to do. And I'm going to focus all my energies on those 3 goals. And then amazing things will happen, because if you do that in the morning, write it down. I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna do that. And then what happens, it almost turns into a to-do list. Like your goal is a to-do list, right?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing today to get me closer to that goal?
Yeah, and I do that every day. Like, my guys will tell you, like, no job, no this. It's my goal. My job every day is to be a better person every day to get to our goals.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like, it's, I sleep and breathe this. Like,
well, congratulations on Japan, man.
Thank you.
That's so exciting. We're going to be following you on that one for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, just for everyone following there, we'll pop up your Instagram.
Let's go. We'll do some kind of collab, some cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
When we go live,
we'll go live.
We'll do the collab post. Okay, make that happen.
We'll make it that's cool.
But yeah, there's a lot of synergy of what you're doing in the recording studio with that 11. Just dive into that a little more.
So, shout out to my man, Fence Gino. So the 11 music group, you know, well-established Nightlife brands, which is killing it. So they have this NFT that they purchased called the 11-8, right? So this 11-8, they put on an 11 hat and it came to life. So the 11-8 now is kind of like, think of like a marshmallow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now as an artist, creating music, DJing all over the place, this and that. So I teamed up with Gino and 11-8 to, you know, produce these records with them. First one being Magic Moment with Ali Book Flow Rider. Second one we're working on right now with Tory Lanez and Sway Lee.
Okay.
You know
all right. All right.
These are the first 2.
I love that.
First 2, you know, records to set up. And aside of that, I have my situation for EFX Records.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got some labels on the table. So let's see what happens.
I love that. I love that. You know, so Tory has been a brand ambassador for us back in the
huge fan.
The Penthouse
days.
Yes. And now Flow Rider, we love to have him come down to our next event.
Let's see if we can set it up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be fun. The go ahead and get a chance to meet him as well too. Yeah. But you know, it's a lot of great energy that you're doing. I love the NFT. I'm a big crypto guy.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm still, you know what I mean? But I love all that. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
the future stuff.
I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Even when you go through the challenges, but listen, you know, everything in life is full of challenges. Right?
Anything good in life is not easy.
Like, we're looking for the survivors.
The real ones.
Like who gonna work through the challenges, right? Like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. It's so down. It's so low. Well, okay, that's fine. One less, more for me.
Exactly.
Right, more for me to go.
And that's what happens. I feel like you if you could walk a million miles or whatever it is, chances are half the people are not going to do it. But if you do it, then you deserve to.
You know, I learned a long time ago, you never want to judge anybody by how many times they fall down. What's super important about this is that you want to look at somebody and everyone falls down. Everyone makes mistakes. But it's how fast they get up from their mistake. Now you got a warrior.
Now you got a warrior, ready to go.
And that just never gives up. That keeps on going. And I know that you've had some ups and probably had some downs too.
Of course, a lot of downs.
And we could talk all day about, you know, the ups here and ups there. Just bring us an example of, you know, something that you had to go through, a tough time for you, but you really look back and say that was a great learning experience.
Getting fired at a venue.
Okay.
DJing.
Okay.
You know,
it happens.
It happens.
Okay.
You know, it bothered me because it's like, hey, wait, but then it was. I had to get fired because that door had to close so this one can open.
You didn't quit being a DJ,
nah,
did you?
it just I had to pay, you know what I'm saying? It kind of drifted. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it just like stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Like some people, when that happens to them, that door closes, oh my God, they bury themselves in the sand, never to be heard from again.
Yeah, because it does hurt.
Of course it does. But what that hurt does, I think it's super important to point this out, is that is fuel.
Exactly.
That's fuel to the fire.
Exactly.
You're going to come back out, and this time you're going to be bigger.
And better.
You're going to be better.
Exactly.
And stronger.
Absolutely.
And that's what happened to you.
Exactly. And then it just made me, reinsure, okay, this is the direction we have to go. Not this is what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? So then ever since then, just the venues, everything changed, the branding changed just to the right direction, you know? So it had to happen, I guess, you know?
Now, you've had some, inspiration along the way. You mentioned about DJ Snake, DJ Clue. Kind of share some insights for those, those models, those mentors have helped you in your business, in your craft.
So like someone like Clue, DJ Khaled and these are guys that have done it already. You know what I'm saying? They have the blueprint, they're doing it, and they're doing it at the highest level. So I'm just trying to roll the wheel.
Sure.
I'm not trying to invent it, I'm just roll the wheel my way, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they just open the doors where now DJs can become stars, where DJs are now you know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, you're going halfway around the world to Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the star, baby.
Yeah. So
that's the way I'm seeing it. That's the way our viewers are seeing it.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. Are you ready for all that?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. And then, people like Khaled putting out these albums and DJ like Drama, it paved the way for DJs like me to make it. It's we can do this.
Yeah.
It's done. We can do this.
Yeah, I love that.
So, so that's why, but.
Now, it's also important for you to give back to the community.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's
you set up a foundation.
So important.
So tell us something about your foundation.
So it's the Special EFX Foundation. It's a platform where we can impact lives, to give back, donate, and connect dots. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
Creating opportunities for someone that needs help, or donating to the less unfortunate, stuff like that, and just try to really document it and just, really give back and stuff like that. I think it's very, very important.
You have plans to set up like a website for this?
Yeah, so we'll set up a website, and then, we'll start, maybe with a couple pop-up events.
Okay.
Maybe we'll team up with some guys, get some of my celebrity friends, and just, start little by little.
Okay.
And see where it goes.
And where do you think you would do the pop-up at?
I don't know. Maybe
somewhere in Miami, right?
Miami. Maybe I might do that Audio Vision when it's done. I think that'd be a cool spot.
What's the time frame for that?
I'm thinking maybe April.
Okay.
Thinking April like that. Another thing I was thinking, maybe we could start up like a DJ kind of school, something like that, like a producer program, just to help these kids and try to give them some kind of direction. I don't know, just something where we can really help. Because it's hard to get help in this industry that we're doing. There's no one. Is
that what you found? You found it was hard?
For sure. It's not like, hey, how do you do this? No one's really gonna be, hey, there's no. So maybe we could try to, guide these kids and stuff like that.
So it was a lot of trial and error.
Oh, for sure.
And you're no different than 99.9% of those business owners out there.
For sure.
It's a lot of trial and error. Now you may have got your college degrees and got these degrees and all these other things and have some experience in your belt. But when you step out on your own, that's a whole new ballgame, right?
Yeah, of course. I had to learn how to get verified on my own. I had to learn how to, market myself on my own. I had to learn how to find my team on my own. I had to learn how to do all this on my own. I didn't go to school and be like, hey, all right, how am I going to become a,
Right.
Because nowadays, besides a DJ, you got to become an influencer. You got to do all of it. Entrepreneur status,
Yeah, no, it's all a process.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sometimes you got to take a step or two back to get 3 or 4 ahead.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's all part of
what
I call part of the process, right?
It's part of the trust the process.
Right.
Trust the process.
Yeah. And all that takes time. Now you can condense time down by doing your goal setting.
Exactly.
By taking immediate, what I call massive action on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's so important to do that because people be like, oh, well, I got this idea and I'm going to put it together next month, right?
Yeah.
Shit, no, next month is now.
Yeah.
Right?
People tell you, if I have an idea, I'm calling everybody.
Okay.
They will know you. I get annoying. They'll be like, hey, man, because I'm very, very, very passionate in what I do.
Tell us about your last like breakthrough idea.
My last breakthrough idea, man, was probably the last record I dropped with Pilly, with Travis Porter.
Okay.
Just an idea happened, and that record is just doing what it does, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Ideas like that, What
was the goal? Tell us the story about how that idea got implanted in your brain.
I remember being in the studio with Pilly. She was working, and I had this beat, and I was like, Pilly, this is for you. I remember like 2 years ago, whatever it was, and then just putting it together and just consistently working towards that goal. And then I remember meeting Travis Porter in Vegas. Oh, I had this record. He came in Miami, and it's out. It's like something that came from my idea, and it's like physically out there, you know? It's really cool.
So it's kind of like, you know, you have the goal, right? Of putting some kind of deal together, but you don't know all the pieces are going to come.
Yeah, you don't know.
And then it's like all of a sudden, like you see it in front of your eyes coming together. Well,
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Light bulbs are going off.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, you know, a lot of people will say, okay, I'm gonna get to that tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But what you did was, oh, wait a minute, I see this right now.
Let's get it.
Let me go ahead and hit my boys up, hit the team up.
Let's go. What do you think?
Right.
We're all in a group chat, send them ideas, this and that, because it's important, you know, to have a team bounce ideas back and forth. Of course. Hey, it's cool, that's not cool, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but man, there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of moving pieces.
And so I know you got these great plans for 2023. Gonna be in Japan. You got the record stuff going. Now you also you're doing like a little DJ action going on at 11 too.
11,
right?
Got a new residency at 11.
Yeah, congratulations on that. And
shout to Team 11. You know, it's the new home. Gino, the whole team over there. Yeah,
love that. Well, you know, I've saw the sun come up a couple times from 11. So I know that deal for sure.
For sure, every time.
And what days are you gonna be doing that?
So we're there once a month. We're just in rotation.
Okay.
I think the next time we're there is gonna probably be March for Winter Music Conference. We got some really cool things in the works.
Okay. All right.
You know,
we'll make sure we get that invite.
Yeah, for sure.
Last time you were there for your birthday, right?
My birthday.
Yeah, that was nice.
We were there. It was a great time. Shout out to everybody that came out. You know.
Yeah,
that was,
for sure.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Anything else that you've got coming up for 23 that you want to shine the light on?
2023, thinking about maybe also starting, besides the Hype Firm, which is the PR agency, maybe a small boutique DJ agency.
Okay, tell us about that.
Because as I'm transitioning as an artist, you know, a lot of the gigs are going to be there, you know, and just to help other DJs and stuff like that, you know. I wish there was someone like that was like, hey, I can help you, you know? Well,
and I think that's really good to recognize that. You know, you have your, like a business entrepreneurs, you have your core business, right? And once you got that figured out, once you gain momentum with that, which you already have, obviously, you aren't half around the world. You got this residency, you're in the rotation you got a lot of great things going on from the DJ side. And now you're breaking out on the artist side. Of things. And but then you have artists that come to you, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's super important because we have artists come into Music Swipe as well too. And so you have to recognize as a business owner that you've got your core business that's working, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that there's these spokes that come off that only make sense to integrate that.
Exactly.
And that sounds like what you're doing.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to, because in this business, you need to have the marketing, you need to have this, you need to have the street team, the DJs. So I try to, you know, the key players, we try to put them all together.
And
makes it move easier.
And so tell, you know, because we got some artists that are listening as well too.
Okay.
So kind of elaborate a little bit more how that works, like the Hype Firm.
So the Hype Firm is a small, because as I'm DJing all over the world, artists come to me, hey Edgar or EFX, can you play my record or this, you know, or how do you do this or how do you do that? That's the big question. How do you get your blue check? How do you do, or how you there?
Oh yeah, well you in fact we were at the Swan Night.
Swan Night, yeah.
Swan Night we came out and you got one of our artists, Kevin George. Cash in the Club. Shout out to you, Kevin. You'll love that one. But that was hot though. So this is a legit deal and it gets people excited.
Yeah.
And artists get excited.
Yeah.
And the club gets excited because now you got some fresh music coming in.
For sure. Yeah.
So this is part of what you do.
Exactly.
As a mix.
Exactly.
You make this happen.
So the Hype Firm is just, you know, it's a small boutique agency where if you want to get your publicized, you want to get your blue check, you want to, you know, be seen or write-ups, whatever it is, that's what we do. You know, during COVID, that I couldn't DJ, so I was going crazy on the PR. How do I get my blue check? How do I do this? And that's how I learned everything. And that's how you do it. Oh, that's how. Okay.
Nice.
You know, so now I got this information, and I'm just trying to, you know, give it to people that need it.
And that's important. And that's the whole purpose of the Full Speed podcast. Is it's not only information, but it's like, you know, motivation. Like you got to do it now, right? And you got to do things at full speed.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you doing full speed action.
Got you.
Across the board, from top to bottom.
I'm about to hit it. We're about to hit it in 6th gear.
Woo,
get ready,
that's what
right?
I'm talking about.
We're on 4th gear right now. We're just getting started. It's just the top of the year.
I love that.
We're just getting, you know, meetings and stuff. Getting, you know what I'm saying?
Why don't you share with the audience a little bit here, like the number one recommendation that you could give like a brand new, maybe, you know, DJ just getting started in the game? What would be like the number one piece of advice?
The number one piece of advice it's hard, but sooner you figure out what your ultimate goal is and what you want to do and want to become, that is the best thing, because then you can start focusing on just in that. Because when you're starting to DJ in this, you don't know, like you're just trying to fill it out. But if you know, like the end goal, you know, I guess that's probably the best advice I could give, and just be persistent at whatever you're trying to do, you know?
Persistency will outweigh any type of talent.
Yeah. But if you're being persistent at the wrong goal, then it's another thing.
Well, you gotta listen. You gotta listen to your audience.
Exactly. You gotta know how to, where you're going. That's the most important. And as soon as you figure that out, either you want to be a house DJ, a trick DJ, or a mobile DJ, or a wedding DJ. As soon as you figure that out, because all these DJs make money. Wedding DJ, all of them make money. I've seen millionaire, all of them make money. Just figure out what you want to do.
Now you got something else you do. I mean, I don't know how. You sleep at all, brother?
Yeah, of course. I sleep a lot. I'm a sleeper. I'm a big sleeper.
So you have
sleepyhead.
You have some radio shows going on.
I got 2 radio shows.
Yeah, 2, not 1, but 2.
2 radio shows.
Right here in Miami.
Right here in Miami. We're on the all classic hip hop and R&B. Vibe 92.7 plays all the classic stuff. And then we're on the new station 2Box 101.1, which is a radio station for the city of Dade County, which is really cool. Okay. So, being something like that, so now, I'm able to rub elbows with the right people in the...
And we were talking earlier that there are some things that you could do to help, like, artists. So we have our artists that, are making music, right? And they're putting those little song clips, they're getting out the music swipe, and they're getting a lot of good feedback and some stuff. But then you have, like, this strategy, this tactics, where it's one thing to hear it, online, and it's a whole other thing to play it on the radio.
Oh, for sure.
Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
So radio vibes is completely different, in the club or when you hear it on Spotify, you know what I mean? So as an artist, try to make music that caters to all 3 of them. You know what I mean? Make a radio song.
The trifecta.
Make a club song, make a radio song, but if you're performing, perform that club song. Don't come perform a radio song, because when you're performing, it's all about the energy. So I promise you, if you have that club record and you're performing, that's going to be your best reaction.
So when you're developing as an artist, and you're developing out your song, what you're saying is kind of have a mix for all 3 together, and that's on the side, so you get to play it there time.
Exactly. So you go to someone, check this out, or this, and you're able to fulfill all the radio need, club need, or you know what I'm saying?
Like Spotify.
Yeah, because sometimes some of these artists come to me with these radio records, these very low BPM records, and it doesn't work in the club. It's going to kill my vibe.
So you really need a mix of the 3, right from the foundation. But then then you're out performing when you get the opportunity to perform as an artist. Then you got to bring that club vibe. Yeah, you got to bring that club energy.
Exactly, that club energy, and just you also know how to market these records. Don't market a club record on a Spotify radio playlist. You know what I'm saying? You also know how to do that too.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a really good piece of advice.
Yeah, for sure.
To provide, but okay. So listen, if there's anything that you wanted to add, now would be the time to do it before we wrap.
Shout out everybody that's been helping Team EFX. Craig, Eli, Henry, Fence, IO. My girl Jen, if it wasn't, that's the number 1 player.
I met Jen. Man, she's a sweetheart. Definitely a sweetheart.
Yeah, Fence, the whole audio vision, everybody, that's helped Team EFX along the way. If I forgot, Trini, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody for sure. Awesome. Appreciate Music Swipe, Jackie, Brandon, Eric, everybody. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming here. Full Speed Podcast Show with DJ EFX. Now, EFX, the artist, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we're gonna play some EFX today, baby, with my boy, DJ EFX.
Let's get it.
On the basketball court here, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, so now I can go anywhere I want, right? I can go anywhere I want. You think I'm ready for this right here? I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the HP. I'm gonna go with the HP. Oh! All right, we got E. What's up, Eli? How are you? You made that? Yeah. I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble.
All right, let's get it right here. Just, you know, quick from the top. Ready?
Oh man. Oh man. Forget about it. I gotta make it halfway decent. Alright.
That was good.
Alright, bud. That was a clear victory. EFX knocked me out. Put me down on the floor right here at the top of the W Southeast basketball court. We got it, baby. That's a wrap here for today's episode of Full Speed Podcast Show. It was a great show. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed it. What you need to do right now is you need to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and guess what you want to do? Pop in the comments who you want to go ahead and see next on the Full Speed Podcast Show. We out.